Hey there, Saber fans. Jim from Black Line Sabers. Got a special video for you. Well, more of a review, really. Picked up the new KR Sabers pixel strips to test them out against the NeoPixel blades that I've been building. Really wanted to go over this because it's the first ready-made pixel strip that's specifically for lightsabers. These BTF lighting NeoPixel strips you can pick up from Amazon or eBay or whatever. They aren't made with lightsabers in mind. I mean, they obviously work well, but there's some modifications you need to do to really get them to work well in the blade. Like there's I have a couple little trim strips here. They come kind of here like this. They come kind of, there's a splice in between the strips that you have to cut and shorten so that you don't get a dim spot in your blade. And you also have to trim the sides of the strips so that the light's even all the way around the blade. With these new strips from KR Sabers, none of that's necessary. The NeoPixels are mounted on a semi-flexible PCB. There are 256 LEDs on each side, which is over double what I can stuff in a NeoPixel blade. So you get more LEDs per inch with these new blades than the other ones do. So I guess without further ado, let me show you what I've got here. I got the new KR Pixel Stick blade right here on my KR Sabers Qui-Gon Jinn. This is powered by a Profi 2.2. I'll light this up in a second. We're also going to do a comparison with one of the BTF lighting NeoPixel blades that I previously built that's on my Graflex with this Crystal Focus 10. So we're going to set them to the same color and see what they look like. So let's show this off first. Since it's a Qui-Gon, we're going to start with the green blade. There we go. I know it's not going to show well on camera because the light kind of just overwhelms the camera, so you're not going to get the fine details on it. But just looking at this in person, the shadowing where the two strips they're not two strips, where the sides of the PCB go, there's very minimal shadowing here. I've used 2 layers of heat shrink, the foam diffusion tube, and the plastic diffusion tube from Custom Saber Shop as well to build this. And then it's all inside of a trans white blade. So really nice looking in person. There's your blaster blocks. Lock up, all that fun stuff. Okay. All right, now let me set this to blue.
The negotiations will be short. This is General Kenobi.
All right, so this is the Obi-Wan Kenobi Clone Wars font, so it's on standard blue.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let the negotiations begin.
There we go. A nice looking color as well. Okay. So now,
there's never time to limber up.
retract that for a second. We'll do our first comparison. I'll do this. Here's my Crystal Focus 10 Graflex with the BTF lighting strip blade. This is not the full blue. Or is it? Hold on.
I see through the lies of the
Okay,
Jedi.
full blue. So same color as this, the KR blade. So let's see if we can spot any differences. Here.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let the negotiations begin.
All right. I don't know if it's coming across in the camera, but it's looking like the KR blade is putting off a little bit more brighter light than the BTF strip. I mean, that's not, I mean, you could probably guess that because, like I said, there's almost double the amount of LEDs in this one than there is this one. However, still, there's maybe a little bit more shadowing on the BTF one than the KR one. It's negligible. I try to do a very good job building my blades and get that shadowing down to a absolute minimum. But there you have it. Both blades, they still look awesome in person. You might have a little bit more.
There's never time to limber up.
A little bit more brightness out of the KR one than the BTF, but I don't know if it's really that noticeable in person, to be honest with you. I also should mention that both of these have the same battery, same NeoPixel connectors, same everything. So I tried to do this as control as possible. Both of these have custom Saber Shop 7-pin NeoPixel connectors and custom Saber Shop hilt side PCBs. So both the same there. Let's switch to red here.
There's always a bigger fish.
Switch to a Qui-Gon font.
There's always a bigger fish.
And I'm going to change the blade to red. Hang on. Turn my music off. Alright. So we'll do the color change. Get it to that nice red color right there. Lock her in. There we go. Shut this off for a second. Okay. And I'm going to switch to a Vader font for this one.
Sound bank selection.
There we go. Rogue Vader, cases. There we go. So once again, BTF lighting strip here in my Graphics, KR Sabers strip in my Qui-Gon. It looks like still the same with the red. You got a little bit more brightness than you do the BTF strip. Just a little bit. Yeah. It's really negligible in person though. Like the tiniest bit. I don't think that I've got this a full green on this Graphics where I'd compare that to. But it's like a lime mix, so it just wouldn't translate the same. But anyway, there you have it, guys. Two color compare. Really the red's the one you're going to see. There we go. The biggest difference in on the camera. I'll tell you what though, I'll put these down. As far as the assembly goes for the KR strips versus the BTF, it took me under an hour to get the blade all the way complete with the KR strip. I couldn't say the same for the BTF because you got to trim them, fix that splice, and do that on both strips. Apply tape down the middle of it so that you don't get any shorted connections. Stick them together, apply your heat shrink, fit your foam tube over, fit your plastic tube over, and then you're outside of your blade. It's a longer process. With the KR, you just got to solder to the end of it. I did the heat shrink on it because I didn't want it to rattle against the foam. Yeah, foam, tube, outer tube, done. Much quicker process. So yeah, that being said, the KR strips are a lot more expensive than the BTF strips. You're about double the price for that. So, I mean, you're getting what you're paid for, though. You're getting a high quality blade that you know you're not going to have any failed splice in the middle. More LEDs per inch, just good stuff. And I really appreciate Cal taking the time and effort to custom make something that works for the Saber community. So he's done a lot of work for us, and I just appreciate all of it. So thanks, Cal. Yeah. Appreciate the watch. May the force be with you. Vrepitsa.